Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video I'm going to talk about my top 5 flagship phones of 2018, and I've tested a lot of them. And guys, I might not be including some of the phones that have not been launched in India, and I'm going to take the Indian pricing into perspective. So let's start with this, and let's start from the 5th position. At the 5th position, I would give the vote to the OnePlus 60. I would have liked to give the vote to the OnePlus 6, but the OnePlus 6 is sort of discontinued. We have the OnePlus 60. So the OnePlus 60 will be at the 5th position. What I like about this one is, though yes, all these smartphones that I'm mentioning have the flagship processor Snapdragon 845. In terms of Apple, it's a Bionic. But what I like about the OnePlus is the Oxygen OS, and I think so that gives it a huge edge. And also the good thing is that the base variant of this one comes with 6 gigabytes, and also storage we now get as 128 gigabytes. So I like about that ample RAM and storage that you get even with the base variant. But again, some of the things that are slightly downside on this one in terms of flagships, if we compare, I feel still the camera on the OnePlus is very average, and also it does not have any IP rating, and also speaker is still a mono speaker. But nevertheless, for about 38,000, this will get the 5th position. Now let's move to the next one, and you'll be very surprised with this one. And at the 4th position, I would give the vote to the Pixel 3 or the 3XL. And you'll be surprised, why did it go down? Yes, in terms of camera, this one has the best camera, I would say, rear facing camera specifically. But again, camera is just one part of a device, I feel, and we have to look at the overall picture. What I love with this one is obviously that stock Android experience, and that really fast it is and everything, and you're going to get the Android updates the quickest on this one. And I also like some of the UI enhancements that they have done specifically for the Pixel lineup. And in terms of haptic feedback, the feedback when you're using the phone is the best on this one. No other Android phone even comes close to this, what they have done. So I like that. I also like the fact that now they have that new stereo speakers on this one, and it's actually really, really loud. So I was very satisfied with the speaker loudness on this one. In fact, I had to always keep the speaker level about at 70 to 75%. It's that loud. Also, camera again is really, really good. And now with the front facing camera, finally someone is doing a good job. They have 2 cameras. We have a regular lens and a wide angle lens. So they have done a good job. But what are the things that, due to these simple reasons, I could not give Pixel the best smart of the year? The biggest thing is the price is 82,000 in India, making it this the most expensive Android smartphone in India. And for that, you're just getting 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of internal storage, which is very less in my frank opinion. You might say it's a Pixel device, stock Android, so 4 gigabytes is enough. No guys, it's not that enough. Just now with the last update, that's the reason I'm retesting this phone. The RAM management issues have been solved, but it took Google almost 2 months to fix the RAM management issues. And what will happen with the next Android update? I feel that 4 gigabytes of RAM is okay for now, but again, it is not future proofing this smartphone. For example, if you're spending this money, you might use it for 2 or 2.5 years. So due to that 4 gigabytes of RAM, I feel it might not age that well. That's the biggest problem I have. And also, this Pixel 3 XL has that notch. It's the ugliest notch. Let's get out of the way. So that is also one thing. And also in terms of video recording, the video is fine, but the audio that you get from the video recording is not that great. The audio sounds a little bit tinny on this. So this was my 4th one. And again, you'll see none of these smartphones are perfect, but overall, if you look at the picture, these are actually good. So moving to the 3rd position, it will come to the new iPhones. This is the iPhone XS Max. Again, it will depend on your size. This is the regular XS and this is the XS Max. I personally like the biggest one, so I like the XS Max. But again, this is the same phone with the same processor. What I like is the A12 Bionic chip. It's really fast. It's the fastest chip out there as of now, and it's blazingly fast phone. So does it matter? Yes. The thing is that this phone will age very well. Even after 3 or 4 years, it will be really fast due to that A12 Bionic chip. Also, moving to the earlier iPhone, if you have the iPhone 10, I would say the biggest upgrade that I've noticed is the rear facing camera. The rear facing camera has been improved tremendously on this one, and also the front facing camera has seen an improvement. But again, for front facing camera, I would say many of the Android phones still do better compared to the front facing camera of the iPhone. And I also like the premium build quality on this. In terms of build quality, if I have to rate, I would say the iPhone comes at the top. The build quality, the it's made of stainless steel, the outer body, so it feels very, very premium. And due to that, this can be a negative also. It is slightly on the heavier side, but in terms of build quality is really good. And also the stereo speakers again have been improved on this one, and they sound very, very immersive, I would say. So certainly a very immersive experience that you get with the speakers. Moving to the cons is still Apple bundles that 5-watt charger in this, though the phone supports quick charging. But if you want quick charging, you have to buy separately the other chargers. That adds up to the cost. And coming to the cost, this is priced ridiculously in India. This 10s Max, the base variant is about 1,09,000. And if you want to go with the higher end variant that comes with 512 gigabytes of storage, that's about 1,45,000. So certainly in terms of pricing, the pricing has gone insane. But nevertheless, if you're looking for a upgrade and you like iOS, certainly it's a very good phone, and certainly the best camera that Apple has put on its smartphone. Now moving to the second position, and trust me guys, this would have been the first, but there are some two cons that I couldn't just ignore, and this is the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Just recently I had posted its review, and I really like this smartphone because in terms of features, if we talk about, this is the most feature packed smartphone out there. It has so many features like reverse charging, world's fastest wireless charging, and even the charging is the fastest among the flagship. It has a 40-watt fast charger, whereas in many other phones the fast charger is about 18 to 20 watts. So it does a lot of things right, and it has the new Huawei's high silicon processor, which is also very fast. So no issues in performance or anything like that. It's a great phone, great looking phone, I would say. And also the camera is a really good highlighting part of this, particularly about the rear facing camera. The camera performance is also excellent on this phone, one of the best, I would say. Yes, Pixel does that computational photography, and sometimes you get better results, but again, if camera is a high priority, you can't go wrong with this because it has that Leica lens, and it also has that wide angle lens, which is, I feel, is a lot more useful in many situations. So that is the nice thing. But there are two weak points about this smartphone, due to which I simply couldn't rate it as the best smartphone that I've used in 2018. And that is the front-facing camera. For some reason, from specs point of view, it's great, 24 megapixel. But when I took a lot of photographs with this one, the front-facing camera, I have to say, is the weakest among all these smartphones. And that can be a deal breaker for a lot of people, because these days a lot of people take selfies and you also vlog and stuff. So the front facing camera for some reason is not that great on this. And also moving to the speakers, yes, this one has that dual speakers, but again, among all, this has the weakest stereo speakers. So I would rate it the second best smartphone in 2018. Now coming to the first one, and again, I was very surprised myself that this Galaxy Note 9 is the best smartphone that I'm rating, because it does not do anything extraordinarily if you think about it. Again, it's a refinement over the the Note 8. And they have just improved upon the Note 8. For example, the Note 8 had very bad battery life. It couldn't last. This one will last you for a typical day. I would say in terms of battery life, the Huawei Mate 20 Pro beats this. But again, for a typical user, this will last for a typical working day. And again, the screen quality is really good on this one. They have a good set of cameras. Both the rear facing as well as the front facing cameras are very good. It also has that iris face unlocking, which is actually a lot more secure. Yes, you do have that fingerprint scanner and all those things that are present. In terms of build quality, I would say among all these Android phones, this one has the best build quality. It feels rock solid. So build quality, immediately you'll notice it when you compare it with other phones. This has the best build quality. And also, if you're sort of a business user, this is the only phone that has this thing called the S Pen. And it can be useful for a person who likes to jot down notes and stuff. So those are the things, and it's a very practical phone, I would say. It doesn't excel in anything. For example, again, the camera, if I compare, the Pixel will have a better camera, but overall, if you look at the picture, it has stereo speakers, everything. It has all the things, and it's not a deal breaker. But there are two things that I don't like. Again, it has the TouchWiz, which is okay. It is not laggy as earlier TouchWiz, but still I feel the animations on TouchWiz are a little bit slow. And frankly speaking, if you go to the developer settings and lower the animation, then it is very responsive. So sometimes it feels a little bit slow, and that is due to the animations. And lastly, I would say I really hate one thing about this phone is that Bixby key. Still, after this time also, I don't like this Bixby key, because accidentally you will invoke it and it just will launch that Bixby. So I don't like the Bixby. They're forcing this key to be mapped to Bixby. That's the big thing. And also I don't like the fingerprint scanner location. As you can see, I'm just holding the phone like this, and still I have to stretch my hand to reach to the fingerprint scanner. So this was my top pick for 2018. Again, as you can see, none of these smartphones are perfect, but again, I had to give the best vote to a phone that did all of the things overall in a decent way, and that way the Note 9 did it. Overall, I would say it didn't excel in anything, but other phones, for example, Pixel, if it would have 6 gigabytes of RAM and some of the other shortcomings that I mentioned, would have gone ahead. Anyways, guys, these were my top 5 picks for the flagship smartphone. I'm also creating a guide for the top mid-range smartphones for 2018. Again, stay tuned for that. There we have so many entries, guys. So maybe it will be difficult to do top 5. Maybe I'll do a top 10 or whatever. So again, guys, stay tuned for that. And again, let me know among these which one was your favorite, and what is the reason that you think it's your favorite, or perhaps you're using any of these phones personally. What do you like about them, and what are the things that you do not like about a particular phone? Mention in the comment section, and that will be hopefully be helpful to others. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.